It is March 12th, around like 8 o'clock, maybe 8:09, 8:10. I'm gonna go out the store. So I'm actually checking out of my Airbnb this morning. I check out. I was able to pay for 5 days at another Airbnb. The next one that I'm going to, it's not like a it's not a full apartment by myself, so I'm actually going to be in a shared room. So hopefully this Airbnb is good. I did look at the reviews and everything. I did look at the reviews of the Airbnb and stuff, and it was really good reviews. So I'm just hoping that, you know, the Airbnb is good, and it is what it is though. Like, I'm gonna stay there, whatever it is, I'm staying there, because I need to sit down, you know what I'm saying? So that will be for 5 days. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this morning I really was questioning myself this morning, like, is this what I'm really supposed to be doing? I really have to go back and look at all the things that God had told me before then about what I was going to be doing, and, you know, just the confirmations he gave me, because he told me to use those confirmations when I started to get in a place like this of being doubtful. And it's not like doubtful not knowing if God is going to do it, not doubtful of knowing, of thinking like, am I capable of doing this? Not that doubtful. It's like, am I meant to do this? I know I'm anointed. I know that I'm chosen. I know that I am called. I know that, you know, I know that I'm going to save women. I know that I have power inside of me. I know that favor is covering me. I know that it's grace that is covering me. I know that I have victory. I know that, you know, I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? I know these things, but is it what God wants me to do is the question. And now I'm like in this doubtful moment, like, but everything that he gave me, what he wanted me to do, who he wanted me to see, what he wanted, you know, who did he want me to get in contact with, was all that just me type of thing? So I'm really glad that it's Sunday, because I'm really not going to be working today at all. I'm really going to be pouring into myself, watching like PureFlix movies, which is like faith-based movies. I'm going to be reading the Bible, watching sermons, going over my confirmations, reading scriptures. It's really pouring into me and getting ready for next week type of thing. But I'm just like, the one thing about it, I always want to stay true to God. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay true to him. And my dad said something to me yesterday, and I don't know, was this like a little trigger or whatever it may be, but he was like, if you need to come back home, let's put that out there. And my dad is very supportive. He is always on my side. Like, he support me. They send me money. Like, they just want to be there for me, right? So I'm like, he said no, but no, he's very supportive, but he was letting me know, like, if you need to come home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I'm thinking he just being a dad. He's like, I believe in you. I have faith in you. Like, I believe that you can do this. I believe that you're powerful. I believe that you can accomplish all this. Yes, I believe that, but if it do get too hard, you can come home. Don't ever forget that. Like, my dad is going to remember, like, don't ever forget that you are able to come home. You have a home to come to. You know what I'm saying? So but in my heart, he said one other thing. He said, don't let your pride get in the way of you coming home. And I was like, what is pride? So when I looked up pride is basically where, when somebody got a prideful heart, they feel like they can do this without God. And I'm far from pride. I'm far from thinking that I can do this without God. I'm far from that, because I know that I wouldn't have been able. Ooh, thank you, God. I would have never been able to be here if it wasn't for God. Because I asked God, if I'm not supposed to go, please don't let me go. Let something happen. I don't want to go if you don't want me there. If I'm not supposed to be there, I don't want to be there. I asked for confirmation before I even exposed what I was doing. I'm like, God, I need confirmation. And every revelation that I was getting up to this point type of thing of like what he wanted me to do, how he was wanting me to move. Even the things that I seen when I got here the second day was crazy, and I'm like, God, why do you have me here? Who needs me? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm more focused on, is becoming this woman. I'm trying to become this woman for God's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to become her. But I also know that God has now released me where I'm able to do anything that I want to do. He's going to let me fall a little bit. He's going to let me run into some stuff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to face things, but I don't get up thinking that today is the day I'm going to face something. No, I don't think we all don't think that. But at the end of the day, I have to recognize that I was called to something. And it's going to be moments where I feel doubtful. Am I going in the right direction? Am I supposed to be here? It's about to be a week now that I've been in Dallas. Like, am I, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I got God on my side, and I trust him. And I got to go back and look at the confirmations that he sent me. I got to go back and look at, you know, the things that led up to this. Because I know I said my prayer, I don't want to do it if you're not in it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, don't let me tell these people that I'm doing this and I'm not able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I prayed for this. I prayed for direction, and this is where he led me. So that's just me talking this out with y'all is really helping me to understand my journey and who I am and who I am supposed to be. So I got to make sure I keep that mindset of staying focused on God. I got to make sure that I keep that mindset of, you got this. I got to make sure I keep in this mindset, like, if it's God's will, if it's God's bill, he's going to handle everything. I got to keep that mindset that I would have never be, if I wasn't supposed to be here, I wouldn't be here. I asked God, certainly, if you're not there, I don't want to be there. If I'm not supposed to go, don't let it be gone. He the one told me to do all this stuff, post a Facebook post, and somebody reached out, and then somebody paid for my ticket. Like, I didn't, God. So at the end of the day, I know that I gotta continue to stay focused, and I gotta continue to keep my eyes on God. I feel like the enemy is really trying to mess with me to make me feel like it's this right, but I would not give him any power. I know what God told me. And if I got to go back and spend all day today to keep reminding myself what God told me, that's exactly what I am going to do in order to fulfill the purpose that I need to fulfill. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So at the end of the day, I got to understand, and you got to understand also. But I got to understand too that God is never going to put you in a position where you are not going to win. Especially if you're a prayer and you like, God, I don't want it if you don't want it. I don't want to be there if you don't want to be there. I said this before I came to Dallas, before I exposed what was I doing. He gave me so much confirmation all the way up. I waited 2 weeks before I told anybody what I was doing, because I wanted to make sure this was God. I wanted to make sure that I was going in the right direction. I wanted to make sure that I was in alignment for the generational curse breaking. I wanted to make sure that I was going to be good. I wanted to make sure that I was hearing God. I wanted to make sure before I said anything to anybody. So now, today, as I'm having these doubtful thoughts and asking myself, am I really supposed to be here? And as I'm talking it out with y'all, you're supposed to be here. You would not be here if you would have never. I prayed to God. It was times I cried, I shouted. I don't want to be nowhere you don't want me to be. I don't want to be there. I don't want to go with my will. I don't want that. I prayed to God about this. I said it. So at the end of the day, I'm here to give the glory to God and to represent his kingdom. So of course I'm going to have these days of feeling doubtful, and I'm supposed to be here just thinking about everything. Am I supposed to? Is this what God wants me to do? But everything that led up to this point, and the reason why I'm in Dallas right now, I would have never had to be here. I would have never got here if God didn't want me here. I didn't do this off of my own will. I literally asked God, what do he want me to do? And then my pastor was telling me about permissive will and perfect will. And she said, I feel like you want to stay a permissive will. And permissive will is God gave you permission to take on this journey. And it's going to lead up to his perfect will. You asked him something. Y'all came up with something. And it's crazy because nobody noticed. And I'm not going to speak this because in months before, months after, y'all gonna like see what I have promised God or whatever. But I asked God, I wanted to travel the world, but I only asked him one time. I didn't ask him, I didn't beg for this. I was like, I would like to travel the world. I would like to travel the world while Legendary with his dad. I would like that. And I just said it that one time. I just said it that one time. And then I made a commitment to something like, if you let me do this, I think I had a second conversation. If you let me do this, then I will do X, Y, and Z. And I will hold on my end. So when she said it, it was no way that my pastor was able to know what I said to God unless he told her. She didn't even know. She didn't even know what it was. She was like, but whatever you promised him, she sent me to scripture. She said, whatever you promised him, you got to keep the end of your bargain. You got to keep what you said. You promised him, and he gave you permission to go ahead and do it. I'm not saying. She said, no, I didn't say that this is not his will. He's supporting you because this is something you want to do, and he know what the type of person you are. He know what type of glory you want to bring to the kingdom. He know why you're doing this. He know how hard you go for him. So yes, he's going to support you and give you permission to go ahead and travel the world and put his name on it. And after, when he leads you to that way, when he leads you into that way and you're doing his work in the kingdom, he said it's going to lead up to his perfect will for you. He said he wouldn't have did it this way, but he gave you permission, like, okay, this can work out of my good. I'm gonna let her do this. I'm gonna let you do this, but you better make sure that you keep up the end of the bargain or whatever you promised him. It was no way that my pastor knew what I promised God if she would have never, it was no way. My pastor is a straight prophet. It was no way she would have knew that, because I never told anybody, not even my close friend, not even my mama. Nobody knows what I promised God. So how did she know that? It's because the glory of God fell on her. The favor of God, the voice of God told her, you better let her know she better keep up the end of her bargain, because I'm giving her permission to go out and travel the world. I'm giving her the permission to bring glory in this way. I probably wouldn't have did it this way, but since she want to go do it, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's crank up. Let's bring the glory to the kingdom. But when she get back rooted, when she get back calm, when she get back stable, when she get back in one domain and one location, not saying that she got one location, she has many locations because she's about to make a mark everywhere she go. But when she get back to where I want her and where I ground her at, she better do exactly what she promised that she was going to do. So I have to keep up the end of my promise. So I know this is long, y'all. This is very long, but at the end of the day, I'm giving my life to God. I'm surrendering my life to God. I know what he told me that I needed to do. So since he told me what I needed to do, I need to definitely hold up the end of my bargain of who I am and who I am supposed to be. This is leading to his perfect will. This is his will, but he like, I gave you permission, and y'all gotta look that up, permissive will and perfect will. And it's like, I gave you permission to do this, to bring glory to my kingdom, because I know who you are, and I know what you're doing it for. So we're gonna go ahead and do it this way. But it's gonna lead up to the perfect will for you. That's gonna tie right in. It's gonna get you exactly where I need you to be. And this is going to help you. This is going to mold you and get you ready for who you need to be in the kingdom. This is getting you ready. Look at my little edges, y'all. Y'all want to buy me some buttons? Because y'all know y'all want me out here looking like this. It's cute, though. It just keep getting fuzzy. I don't like that. And I don't like that. So, at the end of the day, God sent me here. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Next will be California. God sent me. God sent me. He gave me permission. He supported me. He like, I got your back. Jesus got your back. Your guardian angel that I got out there with you got your back. Go ahead. Do you, boo. Do you. Bring the glory to the kingdom. But when you get back home and where I settle you where you want to get settled, keep up the end of your promise, because I'm promising you I got you, and I'm gonna support you through this whole thing, and I'm gonna make a way for you. This is your season. This is a season of pouring. This is a season of rain. This is a season of harvest. This is a season of abundance, of love, of joy, of overflow. This is the season where things are about to take off into the kingdom, and it's gonna start with me. So make sure you stay focused on me, though. Make sure you concentrate on me, though. Make sure you do that, so you can be able to become the woman that I need you to be at the end of the day. So that's my spiel. This is about to be a long video. So I love y'all so much. I literally was going through my bags and like sorting everything out, and now I'm probably about to make me breakfast, watch a sermon, and I gotta check out before 11. So I'm gonna try to leave here like 10:15, and then I don't check into my other place until 3. So I'm gonna go to Panera Bread and wait. So yeah, so that's what I'm about to do, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Yeah, so I am literally just got done cleaning up and everything, straightening up. I like to keep the straightening up the Airbnb. It's really nice. Okay. And then my bag's by the door, and I'm actually about to go to Panera Bread. My check-in is not till 3 o'clock, so I'm about to call me a Lyft, and we're about to get going. So I'm waiting for my Uber right now. The first one just canceled. I guess it was too much for him. He said, I ain't doing all that. Okay, well, waiting for my next one. So I made it to Panera Bread, and I check in at 3 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock now. I just gotta wait. Okay, y'all. So the craziest thing happened, right? So I'm gonna keep saying this. Let me be quiet, because y'all know what I'm about to say. I want some abundance. So the craziest thing happened, and y'all remember I told y'all that I was trying to get a rental, right? So I just kept feeling God say, just wait till tomorrow. You can get a rental tomorrow. Like, just wait till tomorrow. Start this day. You'll be good. So I'm like, okay, but I was still like looking at rentals and everything for tomorrow. Tell me why I reach out to somebody on hire car, right? So I reach out to somebody on hire car, and I basically let them know, like, basically I wanted to see, can you be able to work out a weekly deal with me? And I gave them my number. So somebody reached out to me, and literally when they call, it says Threshold Ministries International. It says Threshold Ministries International. I said, Lord, I just got this number. I just got this number. Then I answered the phone. It's one of the people from Hire Car, and he's a pastor. Now tell me that ain't God. Now tell me that ain't God. So we get to talking. I'm telling him who I am, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a deal. He ended up giving me a deal for $400 a week. That may not sound like a deal to y'all, but it sounded like a deal to me, because it was first $500, but he was like, you can pay $200 now, and then you can pay $200 later. And I'm like, yes. He's like, I'm gonna work with you. He said, I trust you, and I trust what God is doing right now. I don't know you, but I trust you, and I trust what God is doing. From that point on, I'm like, that is crazy. That's crazy. He really just did it. God really just. And now I'm on my way to my first Airbnb. I'm out here sitting right now. And this is crazy. It's about to get real. I could go pick up my rental tomorrow. And I only gotta pay them $200, and then I pay them $200 later. Watch how this play out. Watch. Just watch. Okay, y'all. So I made it to my Airbnb, and it's nice in here. It's real nice, and I'm just ready to sit down. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Ready to sit down.